For now, let us briefly return to Matthew's episode to see how relevant dreams are to our lives as humans and how to overcome the fear of what we see in dreams, such as the fear of the spirits of the dead. It should be understood, and we can notice that important dreams keep recurring if the meaning is not understood by the dream recipient or the dreamer. This was the situation that Mathew and his sister faced. I then asked Mathew, "Are you still seeing your dad in dreams?" He answered, "Even just today." So why have those prayers refused to work? Or do you think God that the prayers we offer to is powerless? I asked Mathew. Mathew appeared stone in his voice over the telephone, then said that among all the churches he visited, 2 pastors said he was seeing a familiar spirit. A demon not really is that, because the dad is dead and gone on the rapture's day. So I told him they were equally ignorant and sounded nuts, and there's no such thing like familiar spirit, and also no such rapture day where dead folks will arise, where dead folks will arise from their graves and fly to the sky. An extremely unscientific thinking. So I told Mathew that rapture day is or maybe the day one passes away, although he strongly disagreed, but wanted further assimilation of my advice on the disease father dreaming torment. Why did you ask if I ever asked my dad what he wanted, and how do I supposed to ask him that? Mathew said, or queried me, and I retorted. Almost every religion and sect on earth accept the fact that our spirit and soul survive death. They acknowledge that spirit exists. But if you tell them they can communicate with those spirits, or the spirits may seek to communicate with them, they will say you are lunatic or making some satanic prangs. The truth is, in actuality, there is no such thing like death, because life is an energy. Only an energy is neither destroyed or lost. Only a transformation or a drop of the biological body while moving to another dimension. That is what is called death, which is part of an evolution of life. Probably your father is trying to give you important information. Your failure to understand the meaning, he moved to your sibling who suffers same indoctrinated problem of yours, and you folks decided to increase profit who do not have the knowledge to your dream, and you got duped severally until you nearly got into trial and imprisonment. I educated Mathew. It is pertinent that we learn the significance of the dream on our own space and act with sensitive restraint in seeking the help of any third party. This does not mean that there are no such third parties who might be of help, whether by ways of prayers or advice that has considerable significant contribution to resolving a question for the dreamer. In ascertaining the meaning and significance of dream, it is nonetheless a direct communication to the dreamer, a purely personal affair. To enable the dreamer draw a symbolic meaning of the information and apply them to the physical issues of life which it symbolizes. That does not mean that there are no collective dream symbolism, such as information pertaining to a whole community, a country, or a continent, or an organization, which the dreamer might be the instrument of prayers for the resolutions of such a communal problem. As Mathew placed it under my advisement, so I laid and taught Mathew what I call aura charts of my 12 senses, which is beyond the scope of this discourse, and in fact beyond this forum. But it simply has to do with cleansing of his 5 physical senses and 7 spiritual senses from impurities, seeking forgiveness of what he felt he ever did wrong, in order to allow a pure atmosphere around him, wherein he could on his own, without the help of any prophet, attune to the God of his heart, and surrender the dream for his answers according to the will of God. I avoided So I advised Mathew to do just that, and once he sees the dreams again, he should take it as a normal thing without entertaining any fear. He should feel happy about seeing his dad again and send love and God's blessing to the spirit and soul of his dad. I told Mathew that whatsoever is appearing as his father in his dreams, if it is evil, will fade away. And if it is a good message, the meaning will become clearer for his own benefit, or he may even be able to communicate directly, clearly with the messenger. Most important thing is to end the fear and surrender to the dream to the will of God. And stop thinking about the dreams. I showed him that the dreams were normal and part of human life, part of the universal nature. So Mathew returned to me 3 weeks later and said he had a vivid dream. This time he was friendly with his father and they discussed at length. He said it was more of a vision than dream, that the father informed him he had a diamond necklace that worth thousands of dollars fortune, a gift of value that was given to him by a military general he once served in Europe, and had about 700,000 pounds left in a Swiss bank that only his lawyer in England and one of his close friends knew about him. But they had refused to contact the family, knowing they neither have the information nor the record, while making moves to connive with some bank officials to convey them to themselves. Then the dad advised him to use the money wisely and for the benefit of humanity, including giving some within his discretion to any trusted humanitarian organization for their work. He blessed him and disappeared, according to Mathew. Mathew awoke suddenly. This time, since money was mentioned, he did not rebuke the father's spirit. He called all the father's friends he knew, and they all laughed over it, saying it is just a dream. He checked all the documents he could reach no relevant information was found. So Matthew didn't see the father as one who could have such money. They were actually suffering after his demise. They emptied almost all the money that was in Nigerian bank for the burial to please the social status and the community. Mathew later dismissed the dream, but the sister said he felt the dream was quite surrealistic than being meaningless. She told him to keep a search on anything relevant. Mathew telephoned me for advice, but I told him I was neither a seer nor a dream expert. I was done with his dreams travel. I had no reason to attach any significant value to the dream because I do believe immaterial souls have no business to do with material things. Such as money, jewelries, and houses. What would the spirits, what business will they have to do with such things? That was my conclusion. They are in a purely immaterial form, and material things are of no value to the soul that are past. So why will Matthew's father's spirit concern himself with money and a necklace? I told Mathew to forget the dream and focus on things important. Not satisfied by Matthew's sister's curiosity, 8 months later, she was still attaching value to Matthew's dream and kept thinking about how to identify the father's lawyer in England. Then he ran into a document with several emails were jotted down, but none with a password. He hired an ICT hacker to break into those emails. It took them almost a month, and they even ran into trouble when one of the emails owners, an American institution official, filed a report of attempted hacking with technology identified the hacker's telephone number, device, and the hacker was reached by FBI through Interpol. The trouble led to a way out, as they explained they were trying to reach a lawyer whom they believe is with Matthew's father's asset and document, but they didn't know which of the emails in the diary was Matthew's father's. It was the FBI that helped them out. One of the emails came out positive. They found the lawyer, the Swiss bank address, some attached scanned document, and communication pertaining to the funds, the money, and the necklace were confirmed, and the life of Matthew's family changed. So I understood further that something that science can determine scientifically does exist. Science is a tool to understanding certain limits of phenomena in the universe. Nevertheless, all tools have limits, but the universe is infinite and therefore has no limit. Last week, Mathew, who is now living and doing well in Scotland, called me and complained that despite prayers, he never see his father in dreams again since that day, and he really want to see and talk to him again, at least to thank him. The previous fear in Mathew had completely disappeared. Hearing this, I advised Mathew by telling him, you should thank God rather. The dreams that brought your dad's spirit to you were born out of the will of God. If you use your own will to put yourself in the walls of the spirit, you will run into unpleasant entities. So stop such prayers. He was curious to understand further, and I asked him, what if your father is no more there? The reason you may never see him again in your dream. That sounded inexplicable according to him, but that's another subject for another day's discourse. The important lesson to take is, do not be afraid of the dreams. and that the solution is surrender your dreams to the supreme powers of the universe, which is the power and the force and will of the Almighty God, instead of running into prophets and people who will defraud you. The lesson to learn also: while you engage lawyers to oversee your assets, to have idea of what you stock in the bank, even though you might not want your family or children to know so that they may not be lazy, it is very important to leave record in a place that will be easier at the end of it for easy identification, or to engage some other person other than the lawyer, or 2 or 3 more persons, with a promise that they can keep the secret. Mathew had wanted to go to a church and give a thanksgiving about this miracle, but I advised him never to do so. But you thank his God privately, because some of these kind of experience are not worth shared to the mob. Your dreams might be an information. Dreaming seeing your loved ones does not mean they are evil or about to kill you. It means they may be coming to give you information, or they are visiting you, or the feelings of what you have for them attracts their vibrations and image to you. Do not be afraid of the dreams of seeing your loved ones. Do not be afraid, and do not become culpable to all manners of prophecies and things in the process of seeking solution. Do not be afraid of seeing your loved ones in the dreams, for they are as good as you are, and better probably than you in body. Thank you, and God bless you.